Okay, good evening, everyone. So let's actually kick off. Yeah. So today we're still going to stay on fragments actually, but today I want to do something. I want us actually. So this is going to be interactive because some of the things I want to implement there myself, I'll just ask and you just tell me what to do. So I want us to actually build an application from scratch that will implement, what we looked at in the last class, which is fragments. So, we know in the last class we used an already designed application to explain certain concepts in fragments, but now I want us to just build something simple from ground up, okay? And then we implement it, based on the concept of fragments, okay, which are more of sub activities, okay? So yeah, so I'm just going to share my screen. So let's be very, very, very much ready to communicate right here. Okay, so I want to believe you can see my screen. Yeah, you can just unmute yourself and speak. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. So I've created, a new project. I just called it Fragment Demo. So let's start. Let's just create something. So basically, let's just create something simple. Okay, it's just going to be, I remember you guys were given a task where you actually, a social media task, right? Where you got to talk about your goals and the rest. Okay, so let's actually just do that, using an application. I think you've actually done something like that before, but now we want to do it based on the concept of fragments. Okay, so basically the idea is just have a one page, okay, where you can impute your name, impute your Slack username, okay, and then or maybe just your full name and maybe an email address, okay, and then probably you can now actually type out your goals for KodeCamp, okay, something like that. And then when there's a submit, so when you click on the submit button, it will now be displayed in the fragment. So of course we now have to pass those values. You have to pass those text, that data to the next fragment for each to be displayed. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to do from ground up. So of course, if we have errors, that's going to be nice. Bugs, we debug it together. I don't have anything on top of my head. So I want, like I said, from ground up. So I'm just giving us the idea. So let's just start building. So at any point you want something to be like this, or you have an idea, okay, no, why don't we add this other text view? It's up to you. But for now, I'm just going to make it as simple as I can. So first of all, let's just look at how based on what I said, we just need two screens actually. One where we input details, the other one where we'll now show the output. So we're basically looking at two fragments. Okay, that's what it means. We're just basically looking at two fragments. So let's create the fragments. Just like we did the last time, new, then go to fragments. I'm going to use a blank fragment. Okay, so let's name this, let's say home fragments. Let's just say home. Hope that's fine. Home fragments. So of course, we get to delete all this. We don't need all this now. Let's just delete this. Sorry, then let's take this out. We don't need all this for now. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's one. So we need a second fragment to display the details. Okay. The goals you have, or let's just say details. So can we just say details fragments? Yeah. Can just say details, or let's say submission fragment. Yeah, let's just do that. Submission fragment. Okay. So yeah, delete all this. Well, it's code. We don't need you. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I think my mouse is actually. Okay, I think just to do this manually. Okay, so Okay, so we have our two fragments. Okay, so from what we actually said, we said fragments are more of sub-activities. So our fragments actually, they actually put them in an activity. Okay, so an activity houses your fragments. Okay, so so we also talked about navigation or talk of fragments when you want to move from one fragment to another. So we talked about the jetpack navigation components. Okay, so well, the only thing I know I've actually done before now is just adding a logo, an image that we're going to use. So first of all, let's confirm that we have the dependencies we need for the navigation and then the save ads that we used. Okay, so we don't have them. So let's implement them. So I already have them stashed somewhere, so I don't actually have to start typing all over again. So let me just pull it out. Let me pull it out. Okay, so I'm going to start with, okay, let's go, sorry. Okay, so for the build Gradle, let's go with this. Okay, so on the app level, I would want to add this. Okay, well, sorry, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so yeah, so add our save ads, log in, and then, well, for the dependencies, okay, well, of course, we need a view binding. I want to make use of view binding. So, well, that's, I think I can just type this one, build features. Okay, and then view binding. Okay, so let's see. So let's just do this culture. So, and then, so for the dependencies, well, I think we basically just need two, right? So let me just add this guy here. Okay, so now on the project level, yeah, we need to add a class path. So I think that's gonna work here. Yeah, for the save ads. And then, well, I think that's basically, so well, the nav version, so I need to add this. So I'm just gonna copy this because I said I stashed it somewhere. So to avoid, so we're not good. I don't think we don't need a Kotlin version for now. So just the nav version is fine. Okay, so I think that's basically what we need. So let's sync that. So while that is syncing, so we need, based on the fact that we're going to be using the jetpack, or maybe we should just go straight to, let's just decide the layouts first, and then, so for the activity main, this is the main activity. So it houses our our fragments. So like we talked about, so I'm going to just change this to use, do that. So instead of using a constraint layout, let me use, so we're going to use let's use a frame layout. You know what, I think let's just take this out. Okay, so let's use a frame layout. Good, and then, well, of course, we need to add, so let me just take this. So okay, so of course we want the width to match the parent, and then the height, so I'm going to arrange them later, the height to match the parent also, because your namespaces should be up, so I'll arrange that later. Okay, those two are the basic things. Then of course we need our tools and then the contexts. Yeah. Okay, so of course we need the namespace for this, so create that. And then that's going to just be equal to, so these are main activities. So so it's going to be just .main activity. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that. So another thing about the beautiful thing about this, I can just do Control A, highlight, and then Control L, and then it arranges that the way it should be. Okay, but I don't want this frame layout this way. I want it, yeah, because we're still going to put a child view. So we need, and then we need the fragment container. It's going to house that. Okay, for the width, okay, match parent and that. Okay, so then we'll give it an ID of, let's say, for the nav hosts fragment. Okay, and then what else? What did we talk about the last time? Okay, give it a name. So for the name, well, can just going to say Android X dot. Okay, well, let's do something. So okay, let's just go navigation dot then fragment and then dot nav host fragment. Okay, and then final. Okay, not finally. So we need to choose the default, to make it, default host. So yeah, of course, we're going to need to add that namespace. Create that. Good. So default host, default nav host rather, and then we'll set that to be equal to true. And then I think this is where I can actually say finally. So we have finally our nav graph. So yeah, we talked about the nav graph. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so why are we having, okay, saying missing a value? Okay, sorry, this is actually default. Okay, so default nav host, let's look at that. Okay, let's cover this up. And then let's see, okay, good. And so navigation, and then let's add the // Okay, so it should be at navigation because it's kind of like a path. So as navigation, of course, we don't have that yet, but I think we're going to create it. So we want to call it nav graph. Let's call it nav graph. Okay, so this doesn't exist, but we will create it. And how do we create it? Okay, so we'll go to our resource folder, right click, and then new, we say Android resource file. Click on that, and then we'll give it the same name that we gave it in the same layout. So nav graph, yes. And then the resource type is of navigation. That's the type. So that creates that for us. And then that should just clear out that error. So that's just that for, yeah, that's just that for the activity main. So this is where it's going to, this fragment container is going to host your fragments. Okay. So we talked about the nav graph, how the nav graph actually, it's kind of like, it's just an editor, and then you get to add every of your fragments. Okay, so before that, let's still just quickly see how we want our home page to, so the home fragment to look like. Okay, I'm gonna try to be very fast with this. Okay, kind of don't want us to stay so long on this. So okay, so let me just take all these out. Mouse is kind of giving it. Okay, so first things first. Okay, let's just do this. Let's use a constraint layout. Okay. Oh, you know what? Can I just change this from here to constraint layout? Yeah, that's fine. So you have to. Okay, so create this, then. So this is kind of a bit outside the scope, so let's fix that first of all. And then take this into, so let's take that here. Okay, so let's just, okay, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. So, well, this text view, let's just take it out. Okay, so guys, let's see, what do we have here? So we have a constraint layout. So I want to put an image. So and I want to use a different kind of image now. Let me see. Yeah, I want to use a shapeable image view. But some of us may haven't seen this before, but I want it to be 100 dp width and then 100 dp height also. And okay, bring this down a bit. Okay, good. So what else? I hope you're all out of me. Okay, so let's just close this off. Okay, so let's give it an ID. Okay, all right, we'll arrange that later. So just use our Control Alt. So let's just finish up with this. So let me call it logo, just a naming convention, and then let's bring in our image. So I think I have logo somewhere. Yeah, so permits me to use KodeCamp. So I'm gonna let's just do this here. Drag this. Sorry. Okay, good. So let's move it away from the top, shall we? I think I would want to just do that. So let's say margin top of let's say 40 dp. Okay, and then so we have the end to end, then top. Okay, so we haven't actually constrained the top. So top to the top of parents. Okay, so then that applies your the whole margin stuff. Okay, so yeah, I think that image is okay. It's fine. So let's move on to something else. So we want an impute field, okay, where people can actually type in stuff. So I'm going to make use of a text impute layout first that will house our edit text where they can type in stuff. So the width, of course, let the width match the parent, the height should wrap the content, and then so we're going to let's just do a constraint. So of course I want the top of this guy. So I want the top to be constrained to the bottom of logo. Sorry. Okay, top to the bottom of the logo. Okay, so that goes down there. And then let's constrain the start to the start of parents, and then the end to the end of parents. Okay, that's fine. What else? Okay, let's well, it's an input layout, so we can actually give a hint. So for the hints, I'm going to say full name. And then so let's give it a margin top, kind of give it a bit of space. Where's okay, margin top, let's say 10 dp. Okay, I know it seems like we ain't saying anything, okay, but this is just layout for our impute edit text. This is just the layout. Okay, we haven't actually put the editable text yet. Okay, so let me give it an ID and say impute layout. Okay, so this is a layout. So I'm going to put it this way, so it can house. So it will now house our editable text. So I'm going to use, of course, the material. Yeah, text should impute. Okay, sorry, that's the layout. So let me just say edit text, and then yeah. So you have the material.text field.text impute edit text. I don't know if have we used this before? Have we used this before? This can answer. Someone can actually just answer me. Have we used it before?
No, I don't think we have.
Okay, so that's just to make things a bit more interesting. Okay, so let's move on. So for the width, okay, I would want the width to match the parent also. Then for the height, I would want the height to wrap the content. So that's just it. That's kind of, so that is it. So let's close that up. So, okay, so that's a bit cool. So I think I can let's see. Okay. So I kind of don't like the fact that it's close to this. Now I could actually do a padding for I could do a padding for that, but I think I would rather want to pad. Let me pad my constraint layout. Let me give it a padding of 10 dp. Okay, I think that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we need another text impute edit text. Okay, we need another one. Actually, we need 3. Okay, because we're going to be typing in three things rather. So let me just, come on. Okay, so do this. So, okay, so I'm going to paste this and then paste this. So we have 3 of them. So just make slight changes. So let me make this text impute layout 1. Okay, so the second one should be text impute layout 2, and then the third one should be impute layout 2. Then this can be impute layout 3. Okay, so now this is the first one. Okay, so the second one, we of course want the second one to be below the first one. So our top to bottom of impute 1. Okay. And then let's also do the third one should be to the bottom of the second one. So impute 2. Okay, so that gives us 3 of them. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. So you can see that. So you kind of have a bit of okay, so that's fine. So let's move on. So the next thing, let's add a button. So let's add a button. So do that quickly. Button. Let's see. Why do I fail? Let's use material button. Let's use material. So the button, I wanted to wrap the content, and then I just want to wrap content. Okay, sorry. I should wrap. Please wrap. Good. Okay, so let's give it an ID of submit. Okay, good. And then let's go down. So what else can we do? So of course, let's give the margin top of okay, let's say 20 dp. Let's see how that will look. 20, sorry, that should be density pixel. Okay, so we need to do some constraining. So I think let's just, so I want the top of this to constrain to the bottom of this guy. Okay, that's fine then. Let's just say to the parent also, and then let's just do this. Sorry. Okay, good. So then we can add the margin top of 20 dp. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we also want a text to be submit. And okay, so I kind of well, I don't like this color, most definitely. I don't like this color. So of course, let's just go to our colors and then make adjustments to what we have here. So if you can see, well, I think the button takes the color of the purple, right? So let's change this. Let's just change this here. Of course, we can actually just, use, but okay, you know what? Let's do something. Let's do something. So I want to create a background for this button. Let's just do something. I want to create a background for this button now. I want to create a background for the button. So let me go to my drawable and then let's create a background. So new drawable resource file. Okay. I'm going to call it background. We don't want it to be a selector. I want a shape. So I'm going to choose shape, and then I'll just click OK. So for this, what do I want? I want a stroke. Okay, so that will give us a stroke, and then I want the color to be, let me use this one. Can I hard code something? Yes, let's say 706D6D. So that kind of is a bit light. And then I want the width of the stroke to just be 1 dp. Yeah, you can now see 1 dp, and so that's fine. That's just all I want for concerning the stroke. And then for the corners, I can give it a radius. So the 5 dp. So the radius basically is just the curve. Okay, our radius is basically just, it just gives a curve to your stroke. So it just gives it a very nice curve, kind of. So I want to believe you can see it, but if you can't, let me make this 20, and then you get to see what radius really does. Yeah, so you can see this curve right here, but I don't want 20. Kind of just want 5. I just want it to be slight. Okay, so let's use this background now on our button. Yeah, let's use the background on our button. So I'll just quickly say this. I'll just call the background attribute. Call the background attributes. Yeah, and then I'll call for background. Yes, so then that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so let's go back to colors. Just wanted to show you guys how we can do that. So let's change this guy to let's see. I want to see. Nah. Nope. So who can suggest colors? Okay, like I said, let's interact. What do you think the color should be? Somebody should suggest a color that we can use for this button. Like, of course, this is not fine. What can we use? What can we use? What can we use? I want to change this. What can we use here? Can use what?
Blue, a kind of touch of sky blue, but not really that faint.
Okay, so you can see my mouse. Okay, so this is blue. So sky, is this sky?
No, not really sky. Like not too faint.
Okay.
Between being faint and being very thick, like something in between.
Okay, let's try this. Is this okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so fine. Let's use that. Okay, let's use that. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. Let's just do that. Not really doing much of design in the class, but that's also fine. Okay, so now if you notice this Impute layer, they kind of have a background color actually in a way. So I don't know. I've not really played around with that. So let me see. Can I actually do something? I'm just playing around. Don't mind me. Sorry, just playing around. I kind of like to play around sometimes. I just want to find out something. I'll see the effect. How can we change, this, if you notice there's kind of this color here, So I don't know, I'm just playing around. Don't mind me. Sometimes I like to play around. It's in playing around, you get to even know certain things. Okay, but maybe we'll just leave that first. I will change that. I'll change it later because of size. So maybe when we're around, just use that to finish up. Okay, so yeah, the hints, everything shouldn't be full name. So of course, so let's say this is what should we use? What should we use after full name? What should we impute? Abigail, your mic is on. You're not muted, so you should be able to say something. she has muted herself. Okay, so what should we have here? What should we have here? After full name, what should someone put? Track, okay.
Maybe email.
Track said he went with track first. Okay, so we can add another one, but so let's just go with so it's first come first serve. So for this, let's get to know your goals for KodeCamp. Oh, no, let's leave. For this Android training. Okay, so that's just that, of course. So you can extract string resources, but let's just move on. So that's just a hint. Well, let's just see what we have done so far. So I'm just going to apply that. So this is the home fragment. So in this fragment, we get to just impute our full name, track, and then get to impute talk about the goals and everything that you have. So basically we want, when we click on submit, now these details should now be displayed in the next fragment. Okay, so now the fact that we want it to be displayed in the next fragment, it then goes to say that we need to have these views in that fragment, because of course we'll have to set the text and everything. So we need to have these views in that fragment. So we need to have a text view. We need to have 3 text views rather, yes, so that we can actually display the content. Of course, if you don't have a view, you can't actually display anything. So that gives us an idea that, okay, fine, our next fragment should actually have 3 text views, okay? If we also want an image view, but fine, we'll just say 3 text views and then we'll pass that along. Okay, so I think this field, so okay, so let's see, I hope we're not having we have, what's the name, frag. Okay, I don't think it's this one. Okay, good. Wow, I have it a crash. I like that. I love crashes. So we get to learn. Okay, so let's see why this is crashing. Let me clear this. So I'm going to close it and then run it again. So yeah, we have a crash. So in main activity, line 9, have we done anything? Layout inflator. What have we not done? Binary. Okay, so do we have anything in our main activity? Okay, yeah, okay. Well, basically, I don't think we're done. So testing it now is, we are not actually done. So where's, I think we just close this out. Let's also close this out. But what, we're not doing the submission fragment now. So, okay, so let's see, where's our main activity? Okay, set content view. Well, I think we are basically not done because we have not even fixed up the navigation component and the rest of things. So let's do that. So let's go to an nav graph. Okay, because now it doesn't even know what the start is and what the stop is. It doesn't know what it's going to display first. We're having a lot of things. So binary XML file line 15 in our activity main. And what is our line 15 in activity main? It is this guy. So it needs this graph, but in this graph, we have basically not just, put any destination. So basically doesn't even know where am I even going to, how can I inflate this? So let's fix that up. So let's add a destination. So let's add a destination. So we want, these are 2, 1, and then the second one, this. So of course, we want this to be the start. So really first thing. So it's already here. The home icon is there already. And then let's just finish up adding the direction. So of course, from here, we want to go to this place. Well, it's possible to always also go back here. Okay. And then, but before that, let's do something. Let's just leave. Let's just keep this first. So let's try this now. Since we have actually put this, let's just try again. So of course, we're going to be doing a lot of trying just to make sure we're on the same side. Okay, so hope we are good. Let's see what that does. Okay, so we're talking about the submission fragment actually, how we should have, so changes unapplied. So let's retry that actually. Okay, so that's going to try to reinstall, and then let's see. Okay, so yeah, so fine. We actually have this now. So, okay, this is, it's not as beautiful, but let's just, for the purpose of this. So these are impute layout. So our hint stays there, our hints, and then that's fine. Okay, so let's move. So let's just go to our fragment submission, and then let's just, well, this doesn't need to be a frame layout. Let me just make this a linear. Can use the compact. So oh no, don't worry, let's just let's just use normal email layout. Okay, so we have one text view already, and then let's deal with all this. So this is going to be the name text. Okay, then okay, so we want the width to match the parents. Okay, yeah, so then the height should wrap the content. Okay, good. So what else would we want? Let's give a margin top of let's say 30 dp. That's fine. And then I want to say a gravity. So this gravity is just going to be the text. So I want to center it horizontally. So that's going to be the text. The gravities for the text, but you say layout gravities for the the view itself, the layout. So I think this is fine. So let's just duplicate this for every other text view. So okay, good. So instead of name text, this can be track text. That's the, and then finally, let's say goals text. Okay, goals. Okay, so we have 3. Okay, so where is this guy? So we're having an error here. Okay, why are we having an error? So what is it saying? Okay, yeah, so orientation, yeah, that's very good. So we need to set the orientation to vertical. Yeah, why isn't? Okay, so yeah, we get to see that. Okay, so well, text size, let's keep it. Text size. We can do more beautifications later. Let's just make it 20 SP for all of them. Okay, so well, this is fine for now. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, so yeah, the nav graph. Yes. Okay, good. So yes, we have our direction. So just like we did in the last class. Okay. Now we know that we're going to pass in, stuff from here down to this place. So let's give arguments. Now the question is, how many arguments are we giving? Who can answer that question? How many arguments do we need to give? Hello, how many arguments? How many arguments? How many?
3.
3, yeah. Okay, so so let's see. Now they're going to be a string, so okay, let's add another one. So what's let's say track, also a string. Okay, and then let's say goals. Okay, let's just go through. Okay, so of course, yeah, it's going to definitely a shorter way to do this, but let's just go through. Okay, so so this is going to be expecting. It's going to be very expectant. So let's just leave it at that. Okay, then let's see. So now let's set up everything. So let's go to our main activity now. So what do we, what do we get to do in our main activity? We're actually done with the design. So let's see, what do we do in our main activity? Okay, so we're using view binding. So let's set up stuff. So okay, first of all, we're going to need a nav controller. Okay, talk about that. So it's going to be a lit init. Let's say navcon, and it's going to be of type nav controller because we're going to use this for. Okay, so yeah. Before that, of course, we forgot to do something. Now, when you are done with your nav graph, okay, you should rebuild. So it can generate certain classes that you're going to need. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna rebuild that. So let's do that now. Okay. Okay, so okay, it's still building. So we'll basically do that, and then we need to So we've used binding, of course. So I'm going to let's implement that as it's going. So, well, this is for activity. So let me just say binding calls to, well, so I mean activity, so it should be activity main binding, yes. And then I'm going to say dot inflate. And then I'll pass in the layout later, okay. And then we'll now set the content view. So I'm going to change that sense content view there, but for here, I'm going to say binding dot root. So I am going to take this out. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Kind of just make this look good. Okay, so yeah, well, we actually did stuff. So let's say set up action bar nav controller. Let's just do that. Okay, well, I'm not actually set up a nav controller yet. So I think that is done. So let's do that. Let's say private and then a late init bar. So let's see if we have a nav controller now. We seem not to, okay. We don't have a nav controller. So it means that something is, well, we just have to import it actually, sure. Well, I thought it would have just imported on its own, but well, that's fine. Okay, so let's now, get that out of the way. So we have a nav host fragment. So let me say nav hosts. Let's call it nav host. Okay. So and then we'll call our support fragment manager, and then want to find this fragment by its ID. And then what is its ID? So we're going to say r.id. We named it nav host fragment. And then we're going to cast this. So it's going to be as nav host fragment. Okay, so don't tell me I have to import this manually. Well, I guess I have to. Okay, so and then finally we now set up our navcon that we created our nav controller. So it's going to be the nav host dot nav controller, and then we'll pass our navcon here. So that's okay. That's good. Okay, so that's just to do that, and then well, since we're activating that, so we might need to override the unsupported navigation. So but maybe I might just leave some of these things for you guys to finish up. So return. So I want to return the nav controller. Okay, dots the navigate up. So this is basically for the back button, or just give us the super dot on support navigation up. Okay, so that's just okay. So yeah, we don't need this first one. Okay, so this sets everything up for the main activity and everything. So now, what's next? So let's go to our fragment, okay, which is the very first fragment that is going to be displayed, the very first one, which is our home fragment. And then let's start working from there. Okay, so our home fragment. Okay, good. So what do we do? Okay, so we are using view binding. So let me say private. So like we did before, talked about this. Okay, so we should be able to see fragment home binding. Yes, and then so we'll set it to null first, and then we're going to have I'm going to call on my okay, then let's say binding, and then we'll call our gets, and then we'll call this, and then this is for safety reasons. Okay, so just in case null is not there. So well, we have not created a menu, and I don't think we need one now, but let's just leave that. Maybe I'll leave that to you guys to just play around. So for let's populate this stuff. So we are returning in our onCreate view. Let's just take this. Okay, I'll take it out. So I'm just going to say underscore binding, that particular one. So it's going to be, so now we actually initialize it. So So dot inflate, and then we pass in our inflator, and then we pass in the container, and then we'll pass in false because we don't want to attach it to the root. So what we'll just return, return binding dot root. Okay, so this goes out. Okay, so that is actually that. So, and then in our on view created, okay, in our view created, what do we do? So that's where we get to play around. That's where we actually now get to do certain things. Okay, that's where we get to do certain things. So, so let's start with the button. Let's see, binding dot, what's our button? Our submit button. Okay, so dot set on click listener. So of course, on clicking on this, okay, we want to move to the next fragment. Want to pass details, but let's first of all, okay, sorry. Okay, so okay, let's just get this stuff. So let me say binding dot so we have our okay, so I need to, so let's see. That's interesting. Let's see. So let's get the text. So let's say binding dot layout 1. Let's see, do we have, yeah, imputes layout 1 is for the first name. So let's do that. I'm feeling I should do something else with that. Okay, so but we basically want to get the text on that. So let's see. So dot text. So let's see. So this is, so that means, so when you see this, okay, I have the edit text. So that means we can't actually, well, get the editable text dot yeah, so let's see. And then dot to string. That's a lot of things. That's a lot of things. So so we are just getting it. So but what do we want to do with it actually? What do we want to do with it? Okay, so this is me just showing you how we can actually get a particular text from that text impute edit layout. Okay, so let's really check. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We basically want to get the details, okay, and then display it in the other place. So let's see how we can, do that. Okay, so so for where is our submission fragment? Okay, so let's try to get the values of those things. So getting it now, so just like we did in our previous work on the dictionary, so when we wanted to pass in, when we want to pass into, move letters, move data down to the other place. So what do we actually want to do? Well, we actually implemented it in our, we implemented it in our word adapter, right? Yeah, I think so. Let's actually get that now. Okay, so let's come to this. So this is where we're expecting. So I'm going to say private. Let's say let's init and let's say name. Okay, and then let this name be a type of string. Good. So track, and then goals. Okay, so those three. Okay, so now we actually get this stuff we need in our onCreate. So let's override the onCreate. Okay, so in onCreate, say arguments dot let Okay. And then of course we need to, okay, let's just do that. So what do we want to do? So I'm now going to say let's say, so we have name. So the name, we want to get the name. So it's going to now be it dot, we'll get the string. Sorry, that's a comma. It dot get string, right? And then what do we want to pass? Okay, so we want to pass the letter. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we actually used, okay, and then, okay, so guys, at this point, yeah, let me even bring you guys into this. So what do we think? What do we think? At this point, let me ask, because I've been doing this alone almost all through. So at this point, what do we think? Where do we go from here? Who has idea where we go from here? Hello? Am I alone in this class?
No, you're not. Oh.
So where do we go from here? Has it choked? Okay.
String.
Okay, so let's come here first. Okay, so this is let's do this. So we want on submitting. Okay, let's do something. Val, let's create an action, of course, and then so we have. So what's our action? Let's see. Sorry. This is home fragment. So let's home fragment directions. Okay. Dots. So we have the action home fragment to submission fragment, and that takes in 3 parameters, right? So it takes in the name, the track, and then the goals. So let's put in. So the name. Sorry. The name is the whole of this. So it seems like it's going to be long. I don't want to have to store it in a variable. Maybe we should. Okay, let's just store it in a variable and then, so let's say val name, we'll store that there. And then val track, and then val goals. Okay, so well, this should be impute layout 2. And then this should be impute layout 3. Okay, so that means when it's moving to the submission fragment, it moves with the name, the track, and then the goals. Okay, so that's the action there. Okay, and then we can now say, so let's say, or, well, we don't really need to. Okay, we can just get the action outside and then, okay, so let's see how we do that. So can I still, okay, let's do this outside here. Okay, so we put all this. So on clicking it, now we want to, so on clicking it, we want to move to this to that. So let's say, I'm just going to call my, okay, I've not implemented a nav controller here. So we need a nav controller here. So let me just pick it up from, okay, then let's paste that here. Then of course, we still need to set it up the way we did the rest. Well, let me just see that. Okay, so I want to try something. Let's try something. So, where are you? So I want to just see something. So we need to initialize this guy. So what if I do that here? So our nav controller is equal to, so our nav controller here, let's see. So it's kind of like basically creating an instance. Let's use require context. And then let's see how this will work. So I'm going to say navcon, sorry, not name. That is our nav controller. So dots, do we need to say find nav controller again? No. Let's just say nav controller dot navigate. Let's play around. So what do we want to navigate? To pass in the action. So let's see. So when we click on this, we're navigating and then we're going with this whole thing. So let's see if that will work. But I feel there's something else we need to do. Okay, so that's for that. Then in getting it now, so to get it, let's see, how can we actually now get that guy? How can we get that guy? So any ideas? Does anybody have any ideas? So let's see. Okay, so so for the name, get the name. So of course we're going to have, so let's see. Okay, so we need to add it to string. And then, well, let's put our nullable stuff here. Okay. So the next one to get is the track. And then let's say track. And then the goals. Okay, I hope we're right. I hope we're right. Okay, so what else do we need to do? 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 My fellow Android developers, what else do we need to do?
We've picked the important things. I feel we have to now reflect it on the main activity.
The main activity? Are you sure? On the main activity? No, your main activity actually your main activity is basically doing what it's supposed to do, which is just this. This is basically what it's supposed to do. So I think what we need to work on is the submission fragment. So let's see. Okay, so let's just do the needful. Okay. Of course, we're going to use bindings. So permits me to kind of, instead of having to. Okay. But here it's going to be submission. Okay, so we don't have a binding. Why? So okay, so I think it should be fragment submission binding. Okay, so and then what's the next thing? The next thing is to do the whole of this. So permits me to just kind of make this a bit easy for myself. Okay. And then, so instead of fragment home binding, we should have fragment submission binding. Okay, I'm just going to take out this guy. Okay, and then, well, we don't need enough. Do we need enough controller here? Well, for now, no. Let's just so let's now go to our on view created and then let's see if we can. So I'm basically now going to get this. So I'm going to say binding dot our name text dot text, and then let's set it to name. Okay, so let's see if that works. Track text, which is a text view, okay, that we have already to track, and goals, right? And then to goals. Okay, okay. So does it feel like we have done everything? Does it feel like we have done everything, guys? My Android people.
Well, if it's based on logic, yes, but there's one other thing you said we should check.
Okay, so what was that? Remind me.
That was on the XML part.
On the XML part.
Activity main.
Okay.
I change this to. You had to remove that that gray Congo, that grayish background.
And all right, now that's the last thing. Let the code work first. That's just color. That's just color. So well, looking at the whole movement, okay, you know, we have created our nav graph, and then of course in our action, where one of the things the submission fragment is looking at is to get a name, a track, and goals. Okay. So, and then in our home fragment, we've gotten it, and then we are passing it as an action. So when you submit, we're going to navigate. So so let's actually see if, okay, I need to just open. Okay, I want to just confirm something. Sorry, hold on. So sorry, I have to open a new project. Sorry. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. Okay, so yeah. So what we want is when you click on submit, it should navigate to the submission fragment. And in the submission fragment, we've gotten these guys as the arguments. Okay, we've gotten them as the arguments, stored it in this variable, and then in our view created, we are setting the text of whatever you type to this place. So everything seems fine. You know, everything seems very much okay. So can we actually test it out? Well, let's test it out, and then I'm actually looking for ways. I'm looking for ways we can actually get errors, serious errors that we'll have to debug. I'm looking for it, so that we get to see how things can go wrong, and then how we can actually solve certain issues. Okay, so you know, I've actually thought a lot. Not really a lot, but I've taught people, and then one thing I've come to notice is that I have seen errors from people that I never encountered while learning to code. Okay, that's because people will always do things differently, and in the process of doing things differently, they'll meet up issues. Okay, so let's see. Moment of truth. Full name: Abigail Emmanuel. Don't mind me. I know I'm looking for trouble. Android. And let's say goals to be the best. Okay. So guys, moment of truth. Are we ready to test this?
Yes, yeah.
Wait, only Emmanuel is talking. We have every other person. What's up? What's going on?
Ready.
Okay. Okay, good. Now that we have spoken, so let's try. Let's see this. Like I said, moment of truth. So I'm going to click on the submit button now. Please crash. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. What is the crash? Let's see. So no current navigation node. Yeah, that is our crash. It says no current navigation node. Okay, so this is basically what we should. So let's see. And that is on where our home fragment. Good. So action. So this is actually a direction. Okay, so this is basically a direction. So we just stored an action there, but when we want to use .navigate, the navigate actually takes in, you should actually pass in more of an ID, but this is just a nav direction. So there's no actual node. This is a node. This is a node. Okay, so there's no actual node. What we just got is just direction. So let me show you what that means. Where is it? Home fragment. So this is, assuming I do this, r.id. Sorry, yeah, action. Let's look for. Let's see. So this is action home fragment to submission fragment. Assuming I do this, so let's just run this and then see. Let's run that and then see. Okay, so what happens here? So let me just, so permit me to just type a lot of gibberish. Okay, and then let's submit. It crashes. Why? Second thing, still telling you there's no current navigation node. Okay, so this is one of the things. So this is what we need to do. We actually need to find our nav controller. That's basically what we need to do. So in my own create, this, instead of doing this, okay, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say nav host fragment, okay, and then I need to find the nav controller of this fragment. Okay, I need to find the nav controller of this fragment. So with that, let's try again. We're going to be doing a lot of tries. Let's just try and then see what's up, what's going to happen. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's still do some gibberish. Okay, so we still have another crash. Good. Late init property name has not been initialized. And what line is in our submission? So, okay, so at this point, it has not been initialized. Like, we're not actually giving it this, basically this particular guy. That's what it's saying. This property, late init, has not been initialized. That is for the name. Now, of course, the name is in our, remember our life cycle for fragments. Okay, remember our life cycle for fragments. So at this point, it hasn't even gotten this guy. So that means it's not getting this name here. It's not getting this guy. Okay, so that means this name here is actually this, which we don't want. So we are not actually getting the value we need. Okay, we are basically not getting the value we need. So well, I don't want to use bundle. Bundle is going to be very easy. I don't want to use bundles. I don't want to use bundle. So let's try. Let's see what I can use bundle, but I don't want to use bundle. I don't want to use bundle. Let's try before we figure out using bundle. Let's try. So what are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? Okay, so well, when we want to retrieve, we get the arguments. Okay, so well, basically looking at this, looking at this, at the point where this onCreate is being, where you create your activity, onCreate is called, so it hasn't actually done this yet. So this has not been initialized yet. So let's do something. So our get string should, let's see. Let's create. Let's do something. Let's try to do something. For now, let me say name. And then I want name to have this. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, so and then let me pass name here. Let's take this out. Let's just try. Let's comment this out. Let's just try with one. Let's comment this out. Okay, so so this name, okay, so is going to come into our yeah, so let's see argument. Okay, so yes. Okay, I think I know why. I think I know why we have this issue. So let me just do this. Let's just do this. So we need to create a I guess we might just have to use, since we're not making use of adapters here, we might just have to use a bundle. Might just have to use a bundle. We're not actually using adapters, so I have to use a bundle. Oh, my laptop is actually getting hot. Okay, so don't mind me, just doing gibberish. Okay, so that's fine. So now this gives us a null. Okay, we can actually see it's null because there's nothing attached to this guy. You understand? There's nothing attached to this young man. This name here is actually null. It can't find this. So so let's see where that's let's see what we can do about that. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's see what we can do about that. So so where are we passing stuff? So let's see, what can we do? 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 Nobody has ideas. We're actually going to use bundle sharp. Let's see. Okay. So let's come back here. So how can I pass this? I need to pass this name as I'm navigating. So let's see. Does our navigate actually take? So our navigation takes a bundle. So when navigating, we can pass in a bundle. So our navigation takes a bundle. So action is not a bundle. Okay, you can pass nav options, nav extras. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. What if I pass? Okay, so let's do this. Let's use a bundle and then let's see. So let's keep this now. So I just need to be sure of something. Let's use bundle. So as we want to use a bundle, let's create a bundle here. Okay, let's create a bundle. Let's make use of a bundle and then let's see. So let's say bundle. First of all, let's say var bundle of, and then let's just basically creating an instance of bundle, and then I'm going to say bundle dot put extra, right? Put string rather. We can put an array list, but let's just do that, the one that has a key. So so I'm going to say, so let's put a key of name, and then let me pass in the value name. So that name is this young man here that's going to be gotten when you type in. So, and then let's pass in bundle here. Okay, so name. So I'm coming to this place. So we are getting, so when we now get string, so let's see. So get string, and then get the name, and then okay, so sorry, I just need to check some. Okay. So we need to put in a key here. Or is the reason, maybe the reason is because we didn't put a key. That's why we got a null. So what's the key for this? So I think that's one thing I forgot, sorry. So the key is a small letter n. So let's just see this. So let's see. So we store that here, and then we use it to display what is here. So Well, for now, I don't think all these are compulsory, so I can just submit. Okay, so nothing is showing. So let's see. So the key is name. So we're getting the key now. Do we need to? I don't think we need to convert it to a string. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's move. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay. So let's get that. So let's see. What should we do? Why are we getting empty? So there's a reason we're having an empty string. So let's think. Anybody has any ideas? Or nobody? Or you want to leave it? You want to leave it for me, Abby? All the tight guys that are here, Emmanuel. The two Emmanuels.
No.
You guys want to leave it for me? So let me check something. Yeah, sorry, not that. Okay, so let's go back again. So when we're navigating, we're passing a bundle and the bundle name, then it gets this. Okay, so I'm even thinking, now I'm thinking seriously about our, okay, I'm thinking seriously about our imputed text. Okay, so let's see. Okay, thinking about that. Okay, so yep. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I need. Okay, so I think you just need to check something, sorry. Okay, so impute binding dot get this. Okay, so let's see. Can I just, okay, this is fine. This is actually fine. So we get the name and then this, and then we pass in. Okay, let me do something. Okay, let's see. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that. Bundle dot start. So dot navigate. We have gotten a nav controller. So it's actually moving to, of course, I'm moving to the next person. So okay, we get that. Then we get the key, convert it to a string. Okay, and store it in this init var. Okay, and then we now say the name text.text and then this name. Okay, so okay, I think, did I make any major change? So let's see if we will see manual there. Okay, I have to restart that. Okay, okay. Just hard coded the manual. Okay, so okay, let's just. Okay, so we see Emmanuel, so that's fine. So what this means is that it's not getting this guy. So it's not really getting this Emmanuel. That's basically what it means. So this name. So let's see why returns the edit text used, converts it to get text, and then so let's try this again. Let's try this again. And then we'll know that maybe we're getting that's the wrong way. So maybe there's a way we need to get that. Okay, so Okay, so that means we're not getting this text. That's what it means. Okay, so let's see. So what am I using? I'm using this Editable Text. Okay, that's the layout. Okay, so let's use, sorry. I think okay. Okay. I think that's, do we really have an error here? Where is it? Okay, no, that's just, okay, so, so instead of this, binding.name, that is the edit text itself, dot text and that's a string. So let's try this. So I was using the layout. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, so applying the changes, yeah, reinstall and restart. Okay. Install, restart rather. Okay, so let's just do something and anything. Okay, so let's see. Wow, that's interesting. It still doesn't show. Still doesn't show. So who can tell me why? Who can tell me why it does not show? Hello, who is on the call?
We all are. Okay.
Let's think. We are Android developers. We solve problems. So let's solve this problem. Let's solve this problem. Why is it not showing? What ideas do you have as to why it's not showing?
Okay, can we go back to where we picked it from?
Good. Now that's music to my ears.
Okay, good evening.
Okay.
I'm thinking of something. Maybe since we are using get string, we should also use put string in the key. I don't know if it will work like that. Because put and get, I think they work together.
We are getting string on the submission fragment, and we are putting the string in the home fragment.
Yeah, so okay, I get that way. So I'm thinking we should investigate the put also from the home fragment.
Okay, so that's what we want to do now. We're investigating it. So let's investigate. So we have a name. This is a key. Okay, and then or is it that is looking? Okay, so let's change this to names in case maybe the naming convention is too. So let's change this to names. So it's basically that. So what we're just doing, we want to get that bundle. Okay, and what we're getting is the string, the keys names. Okay, and then we're storing it in this name value. Okay, so when we store it there, so what we're basically doing is, okay, fine. We now want to set the text of this text view to this string. So I actually just changed the key name, just in case. So we have so submitting this, so it's still empty. So it's basically saying that, so that means probably it's not seeing a value for these names. That's basically what it's saying. But we put in a value here. So should we do this? I'm asking. No, we shouldn't. This is a string actually. So what do you think? This is already a string. Because if I had coded this and give it an actual value, it shows. If I had coded it and give it an actual value, it shows. But so why is it not showing when I put in a variable there? So let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm waiting. Let me note. Let me not get anything. Let me not say anything. Hello, where are my Android guys? Have people left me?
They're still here. We're still here. They're thinking as well.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I think I really want to go back to this because this is actually okay. It's actually okay. So let's think. Where are we all? Where are we getting it wrong? Okay, fine. Or better say, where am I getting it wrong? Where am I getting it wrong? Because basically this is just to get a string. That's basically what this is doing. I'm just getting a string. Okay, and I'm going to store it here. So I'm basically getting whatever is going to be typed here. So it's a string. And then in putting the string in the bundle, I'm giving it a key. And then I'm still giving it the value, which is a string. And then as I'm navigating, I want to go with this bundle. So how come when I come down to this place, okay, and then I pass in the key, it's not working. So let me see. So yeah, this is actually because we need to change it to string. So everything seems fine. So why is it not working? I'm seeing a chat. Someone said I need a glass of beer. Emmanuel, really? No, you don't need one. You just need to think. I really love this actually. I love the fact that this is giving us a moment of silence. So come on guys, we can do this. We can do this. Just we can do this.
Well, that constant, that variable name that is equal to, yeah, is in caps, is n, but the one we are returning small n. Or it's just
so
that
so this is what you're saying.
Yes. Or is that name?
Okay. Okay, let's say the. Okay, so okay, so let's take this back to name and then. Okay, so let's try this. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm liking this. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so that doesn't work. Still empty. So let's try again. Let's try again. Well, guys, we can do this. So we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. What do you think? What's going through your head? How can we work this out? How can we work this out? How can we work this out? This place is silent. This place is silent. Oh. So you guys let's think about it. I just want to try something else, but let's think about it. Let's think. I want to just try something else. Let's think. I want to just Have we been able to come up with anything?
No, not yet.
Abigail, I've not heard you. Abigail, Fola, Adinka, have I heard Judah? Judah, no. Say something now. Say something, say something. Say something. Eh? Say something. Okay. Still doesn't work. So for some, like I said, for some reason, this guy is not getting what it should get for some reason. For some reason, I think this is okay. So let's think about this. Let's think about this. Okay, let's do something to confirm that this is working. Let's make sure that this is actually getting what it should get. So let's do something. I want to create a toast. So this is fragment, right? Okay, so require context. So I want to display. Good. So let's see, if I click on it, let's see if whatever we type will show in the text. So that's a way of checking if this name gotten. Okay, so so let's check for toast. So let me long. Okay. So yeah, so let's see. So we can have a long toast. So submit. Okay, so well, our toast is not even showing. Okay, so so even our toast, our toast is not showing. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, let's try track, which is actually a string. So well, let's sorry, I think we have to run this again, sorry. Then let's give it track. Track is working. So well, nothing is actually what's displayed. This is our toast, but we are not seeing anything. But if I change this to not working and apply this, so we get to see. So this will just tell us, okay, fine. What is to give us an idea? So submit. You can see not working. So that means the problem is it is not this code. This particular code is not working. We are not able to get whatever is being typed and store it here. That's basically what that is. So another way we can actually do this, of course, I don't know, I think I've talked about debug. Okay, so let's just to be sure, okay, name, we'll just put the name, and then okay, let's put a debug there. Let's put a debug there. Let's put another one here. So I'm just going to attach a debugger to the app already. To this, good. So we'll get to see what is going on here. So, well, I put a debugger on, on submitting. Okay, so so when you want to submit, okay, the toast. So let's see what's going on here. Well, okay, all this. So let's step into, okay, let's step out of that. Let's step out. Am I stepping out? Okay, no, I don't think. Okay, this is step over. So let's step out of that. Okay, good. So it's collecting data. So let's step in. Okay, let's step out. So let's just move. Okay, I think probably I'll have just so let's me put okay, so okay, doesn't really give us. So let me do this. Let's put the debugger here. So on view created, let's okay. Okay, so let's see. Does it even get the name? Doesn't. Can we step over? That's a lot of process. That one, but so toast is not really a good word. Well, basically, I actually know what the problem is. I know what the problem is, even without having to use the toast. I know what the problem is. So, so the thing is this: why are we not getting? Why are we not able to get this? Why are we not able to get this? So that's the very big question. Okay, so what if we did not? Okay, let me just be showing you guys. I just want to show you guys a lot of processes. So let's see. Sorry. What did I copy? Okay, I was supposed to copy just this. And then, okay, so let's look at this. So what I'm just, so at the point when I click, go to the editable to say, do they get the text, convert it to a string and display it for me. So that's for name. So we want to just show it in the toast. Okay, so we get it in our toast now. So we're actually getting it. So so that means if I now decide to pass it, what if we now pass it as a bundle? Sorry about that. Okay, so what if we decide to pass it as a bundle, just using the bind dots, blah 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 blah, instead of bundle. So instead of this name, what if we decide to do this? So we don't create a variable. So what will happen? Are we going to see what we have? So let me just take out this debug stuff. So that's F, right? So if I move, I get to see F. So guys, so this is your, will I say assignment? No. Let me not say assignment. Of course, I'm going to give you guys assignment actually. I'll give you assignment. But someone said it could be that it's not on the home fragment. Really? Really? It's actually, they are actually on the home fragments, these guys. So so let's just finish up. Then so this is for track, and then this is for goals. Okay, and then we're passing bundle. Okay, so we don't need this for now. Let's take this. And then, well, just take that off also. Okay, so we don't need to create variables for them. So that's basically, so now we can actually now get this out of the way. So is the name uppercase? Let's confirm. So put string. So the key. Okay, so this, if you want to use a const val, actually, yeah, we need to. So let's, so that we can just store that, because the get string. So the key. Okay, I think I have an idea. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so the key is track, and the key of this one is goals. So let's see. So guys, so you do this research for me. Why did that not work? Why did that not work? Why did that not work? Why didn't it work? Do that research. Let's see. Whoever comes up with it, I won't tell you what I'll give. Okay, so this is not displaying. So let's just do it the way we did it here and create a const val for track. And well, it should actually be capital letter or true. And that's fine. Track. So track, okay. And then goals. And then this is track. And then this is goals. Okay, so here we're going to pass in name. Then here we're going to just pass in track. And then here we're going to pass in goals. Okay, so that's okay. Well, we didn't actually need that actually. So it's just I didn't do this. That's why it didn't work. We didn't actually need that. We didn't really need that, did we? No, we did not. We didn't. I guess I didn't go down to see that I've not set these guys. So sorry, they shouldn't even be okay. Yeah, I didn't go down to realize that I've not set those guys. So okay, so Fola said he thinks he knows why. Okay, well, he said it to me, send it on the platform, and then let's see who the winner is. Track is Android, and then for okay, goes to be the best. Okay, so well, we have Fola, and then null. Okay, so why are we having that? Okay, so this is getting the name. Okay, then dot track text dot track. So okay, string. Okay, so what we have a name. Okay, sorry, this is I didn't even spell this well. Okay, but this is the editable is for. Okay, sorry, impute. Oh, guys, sorry about that. This is impute layout 2. Yeah, that should be impute layout 2, and then this is impute layout 3. Okay, yeah, so sorry about that. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful, and then you also need to be able to think quickly. You're the one who wrote your code, so you're able to think quickly. So Fola, and then Android, and then permits that to be the best. Did I just say it's the best? Okay, sorry, to be the best. Okay, so that's that. That's actually that. So this is all passing passing data from one fragment to another. Of course, we have implemented the back button and then the rest. So that's basically that. So so your assignment, of course, don't implement this exactly. Definitely don't even do something like this. Okay, don't do something like this. That's for sure. But do something else. Just your own idea. Okay, your own application. I'm not going to tell you about. Implement fragments. Okay, and pass data from one fragment and display it to the other. Okay, just come up with your own ideas and your own design and whatever it is you want to pass to the next fragment. I don't want to give you guys a particular thing to do. So come up with yours. This we actually came up with it. I just came up with it here on the fly. So you do the same thing. And then, like I said, why did this not work? Let's discuss on the Slack channel. Why did this not work? What are we doing wrong here? Like, why did it not work? Okay, so let's do that on the channel. So any questions before we round up? Someone's hand is raised. Okay, Fola, go ahead. Your hand is raised.
So I was actually going to share my reason for it now.
Okay, your reason as to why it didn't work.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me ask the house. Do we want to hear it here or do we want it later?
Yes.
You want to hear it here?
Yeah.
Okay, Fola, go ahead. Let's see. What do you think?
Okay, I think it's because the variables were initialized in were declared in the function, and the function is on view created. So when the view is created, the variable is declared, and whatever is in the edit text is put into the variable. And since the value, it can't be it's immutable, so it can't be updated. So by the time you will type in the text, whatever is already in the variable, it's in it. So, and it's empty, so it can't be updated into it.
That's interesting. Okay, so what solution would you now prefer?
I think it would be to declare the variable inside the onset listener function. So that
declare the variable where?
Inside the onset click listener function. Rather.
Okay, so he's saying we should do it here.
Yes, at the time that the variable is being initialized, every single value that we type into it will have already been in the edit text for it to go into the next one.
That's interesting. Okay, so let's test for last theory. This is basically what he's saying. So let's test it. Goals. Okay, so this is basically what he's saying. So on the submission, so we're basically okay, so let's see if Fola is right. I like that thinking. Let's see if it's right. Okay, so changes have been applied. Android, and then to be the best. And he's right. That was a nice one. Fola, don't worry. I know what to give you. So that's actually it. I know it seems like, oh, really? So this was on purpose because if you don't understand activity lifecycle, fragment lifecycle, this is going to still be a whole lot like, how did that just happen? Okay, so we created a val, okay, an immutable variable in onView created. And at what point do we have onView created? What state is that? When the view is created. So when the view is created now, we are actually giving it so we're basically saying, look, when you create this view, once the view is created, give it this value. And at this point, it is empty. You understand? And then we put it here. So now we want to use it in the on-click listener. Of course, just like he said, it doesn't actually have a value. So whatever you now type, and of course it's a val, so whatever you now type, it doesn't get updated. Okay, so for that, just to, like I said, I like to play around. Can we take this out of here, put it here, and then what if I like what ifs. What if we make this a var? Fola, what do you think will happen? Will this solve the problem? Hello? Fola, are you on the call?
I'm not so sure.
You're thinking?
Yes, I think the onView created function, I don't think it's been run every time because the variable will only get
run once, right? Yeah. Is that what you're trying to say?
If it's repeated.
So yeah, so even if we use var, like if you check here, they tell you variable is not modified and can be declared. So you're not okay. So let me not say much. I like to plot a lot of scenarios so that people still get to understand why something is, why something actually really happens. So let's open up and see. So this is Let's still use Fola. Let's still use Android. So let's see if Fola is right again. Okay, so it's still the same thing. So at the point where you actually initialized this variable that you created, okay, at the point where you initialized it, it actually has no value. It has no value. So wanting to use it again, wanting to just use it here, it doesn't really get to work. Really get to work. So remember, so if you find it, you still find it a bit difficult to understand, you can just go back to our fragments, or the fragment class. We'll talk about the life cycles. Just revisit it. Once you just go through it, you understand it. You understand it. Okay. So that was a very good one for that. That was very fast. That was a good one. So, all right. You know where to find me. By the way, don't worry. I know for that, so he knows where to find me. Okay. So, any other question? Any question? Any question? Anybody with a question? The two Emmanuel still here, just humble today. Wow.
This one humbled me, sir.
Okwala, how far? I'm not sure I've heard your voice today. Emmanuel Okwala, good evening. See, I've always been humble. Okay. So guys, no, like I said, I was talking with someone today. I like problems. Okay, problems help not just you. It also helps me. Problems help us to think. You know, someone said something. One of the best things that will ever happen to a developer is to encounter bugs. So that's one of the best things that can happen to you. Can it be frustrating? Yes, but when you solve it, you come out better. Like you come out more knowledgeable than you are. If you're always writing code and it's running, that means you're still in the same wealth of knowledge that you've had, that you have. It's not really new. You have not solved any problem, and solving problems is gaining new knowledge. Okay, so let me just give you guys heads up. We will have more of this. We'll have more of me causing problems. We'll have more of me just not doing stuff or doing stuff differently to run into issues and then be brainstorm to scatter our head. Like I said, that is what is going to help you to learn more. That's what's going to help you grow. Okay, so don't feel like or more. Where is this one coming from? Android is hard. No, nothing is difficult. Nothing is like difficult. Okay, it's just the mindset. Someone said I'm still a learner. Okay, I remember. Okay, that was Emmanuel. We're all learners actually. Okay, so yes, so that brings us to the end of today's class. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's class. So yes, your assignment. Of course, I'll still put it out, and then your own ideas. Work on just build an application that actually just shows what we did here today. Implement fragments. It can be one fragment, it can be two fragments rather, it can be three, it can be four, it's also up to you. Pass data, between them. Okay. Now I want to see someone who can go to the extent of passing the data to the next fragment and then passing data from that next fragment back to the other fragment. I want to see who can actually implement that, or maybe I shouldn't make it compulsory in the assignment, but just look out for your assignments though. And then do well to submit it on or before Saturday by 11:59 p.m. So I can easily, if you notice, you guys are usually the first set of people I move, because as you're done, and then I'll just move you guys. So keep up the good work, keep pushing. I think it's only Emmanuel and Fola that have dropped ideas of the application we'll be building, but I've actually given you guys a hint. So I'll attend to that after I round up the class. So let me just round up. Okay, so well,